Whiskey Bravo on set vector to intercept area 1. Ryder will go.
Silencio, no más.
Hi, I'm Doug Lombardi of Valve, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the new Counter-Strike product, Condition Zero. So here we're looking at one of the missions in Counter-Strike Condition Zero that takes the player to the eastern region of Europe. In this particular scenario, the terrorist group have taken a bomb and have basically hidden it inside of this church, and you and your squad mates have made it to their headquarters and are moving in to the final part of this mission. This particular mission combines a mix of stealth gameplay as well as some sniper and other styles of Counter-Strike game action. So in Condition Zero, the player will be taken to various parts around the world, and what that means is that you'll actually be taken to different settings around the world as well. In this particular mission, for example, we're going to infiltrate a drug lab in Colombia down in South America, so we'll be going through some harsh jungle terrain as we go through the mission. The player will also be taken to places such as Dust, that's a desert sort of in the Middle East type of setting. We'll be going into snow-covered places in Eastern Europe. There'll also be urban environments that are similar to New York and Miami here in the United States. There'll also be Asian missions as well that take the player to the subways of Tokyo, etc. So if you want to get a bit of this, you can. So in this particular area, this is an example of a single-player device that we've added to the game for certain types of gameplay. This is sort of one of the trip bombs that we have in here, the AC bomb. And basically there's certain devices and doorways and windows and things that you're going to need to take out to progress throughout the game. So this is just very quickly a sort of a small explosive that you can do to take out things and open up new pathways for the player as you go through. And then let me see if we have a blowtorch. Oops. The blowtorch is another example, let's hope it works on this, of something that you'll need to use to progress. Going to work on this? Nah, that's not going to work. All right, well, cut that. It's not hooked up in that map. Actually, I don't even know if that's a blowtorch puzzle. That may be. Yeah, that's when you fire through. Okay, never mind. So each of the missions in Counter-Strike Condition Zero are sort of a self-contained narrative. Each mission will begin with a bit of story, something that sort of sets the action up for the player. In this particular one, the player was being moved in via helicopter, and obviously the helicopter here has been taken down. So then after that bit of story has been communicated to the players, just enough to put the player into the action. And so as you can hear, the radio commands are coming in to help keep you moving. Obviously the context has been set up where you, the player, have been taken down, and now you're just sort of put into the action. Some of the missions will be put together so that you have more of a full set of the objectives for each one. Some of them will just be setting you into the action like this one and then sending you into battle. And it's really up to the player to sort of balance, the speed at which they want to take the action. Part of what we wanted to do in Condition Zero was to reward the player for being successful in the missions and just to make the world feel more vibrant. In this particular scene, which is still in the early phases, you can see we've put in really large scripting events to do things like you call in an airstrike, and it brings down this whole mission or this whole building that's posing a threat for you along the game path. And then along the way you'll be meeting up with these players as well, and they'll also be helping to drive the story and the missions forward. In addition to creating single player for Condition Zero, one of the other goals of the product was to go through and to give a visual update for both the single and multiplayer game of Counter-Strike. So one of the first things that we went through was to update all the character models. And this gives us sort of a gallery look at the CTs in the game. On the left are the currently released Counter-Strike models, and on the right are the new models that will be used in Condition Zero in both single player and multiplayer. As you can see as we go through these, the textures on the characters have been enhanced quite a bit. The models themselves are of higher polygon. The guys on the left are about 600 polys a piece. The guys on the right are about 1,300 polys each. We've also done a lot to go through and just give them a stronger identity in terms of their silhouette, etc., for multiplayer to make them more easily recognizable from distances. This character here is the Russian Spetsnaz, which is the new CT being introduced in Condition Zero. Over here we have the GIGN. You can see just details, things such as the face plate, the knife, and the other materials that are sort of hanging on his gear and stuff that's attached to him. And here finally we have the SAS model.
So it's already intact
Yep.
here.